Alright, what is up guys? VV back with another video. And today we're going to be going over we're going to be kind of analyzing and looking at a game. This one was from a little bit back, from about 2 weeks ago. But I really wanted to feature a Rebecca game. And this is from the One Piece website from one of their big tournaments. And this is going to be Rebecca versus Zoro. And as usual with these kind of like review analytical videos I have of matches, it's going to be, you know, at 2x speed, and we're just going to kind of talk about how the game goes on and just kind of break down what they have. And if I ever miss anything, you guys know, just add to the comment section below and we can talk about it down there. Or any questions or whatever. So, alright, real quick, let me make sure I have everything set up. The volume's good. Okay, and the volume's off on here. So, alright, let's go ahead and break down this game, guys. Let's get into it. Check it out. Again, Rebecca versus Zoro. Oops. There we go. Okay, so Rebecca's going to start off with her leader search. Is it not at 2x speed? It's not. Sorry, guys. All right, let's speed it up. And I think I do remember seeing this game, but I don't remember everything that happened. Okay, so Whitebeard search right off the bat for the Zoro player. Okay, grabs Newgate. Nice alt-art Newgate. And unfortunately, I did not see what the Rebecca player snagged, so don't worry, we'll keep up with it from here. And it looks like he got... Okay, he's going to go straight for a Rebecca search, the actual character. So the character search is up 3 cards. I know this is going to be in Japanese, but the character search is up 3. Oh, it was a Kairos. Okay, so they grabbed a Kairos, and that's the alt-art version. And this is OP04, guys. I should have said that, even though it's obvious if Rebecca's in it, right? But I should have specified. Okay, so like I was saying, so Rebecca, the leader, you saw there, only searched up 2, whereas the character here can search up 3. All right. And they can only grab Dressrosa cards. And I think just like with most searchers for the characters, I think they can only search up like this. The one cost character searcher cannot search up itself, I don't believe. Okay, so Zoro just went in for 9, just trying to take some points of life off of the Rebecca player. I wonder, I can't see how much the Rebecca player has in hand, but generally speaking, I would have countered out of that because it allows you to use your Rebecca's ability more often. Now, I wonder how much he had open. It looks, I had to pause it real quick, guys. It looks like he's got a, okay, yeah, I can see down here at the bottom right. Hopefully y'all can too with the quality. He has a Tashigi, 7 cost, that's probably Luffy. Another Tashigi, a Orlumbus, it looks like. A Sabo, I think the Sabo he drew for the turn, unless it was the Corda Coliseum. One of those he drew for the turn. And a Leo. I actually would have countered out of that because he has 8 cards in hand. The Zoro player has no cards committed to the field, and I would rather reserve that life because in control decks like this Rebecca list is, I'm gonna hit play again. You don't want to lose any life. Like, yes, you're going to lose life, but you don't want to lose any life at all. And if the Zoro player has nothing on the board, I would be okay going back under 6 cards. Let me say that real quick too. I gotta pause it. For those who don't know, because you know I know all of us over here in the West are still stuck in OP03. Rebecca's leader ability can only be used if you have 6 cards or less. Okay, I'm gonna bring that up over here for y'all real quick. Again, with the little way that I do it. Sorry guys, I know it's not super professional, but y'all have to see this. This leader cannot attack, and activate main, pay 1. If you have 6 or less cards in your hand, look at 2 cards from the top of your deck, reveal 1 Dressrosa type card, and add it to your hand. Okay, and then the Rebecca is like we were saying, you could search for any Rebecca card, and look at the top 3 cards, and grab a Dressrosa type card that's not Rebecca, and then trash the rest. And that's the other thing too I should mention, is even with the leader, you're trashing what you were not able to grab to your hand. Okay? Alright, let's keep going. So I would have countered out because of that specific reason. Okay, plays just straight up hard cast Tashigi. Okay. I really want to see the Zoro player's hand. We saw he has Edward Newgate, so he's clearly looking to, you know, play more into the late game with this style of deck. He's got Buggy in hand, Makino. Okay, I can see some down here. Okay, literally is just loading up here and swinging face for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10,000. See, now that one we couldn't have probably blocked realistically, but or countered out of. But why not drop a blocker when you have Sabo in hand? It looks like okay, and 7 cost Luffy just went down. And real quick, just I need to show some of the newer players here. I should have gone over more of them. You can look all these up, but the 7 cost Luffy in the current state of the game is pretty much just a vanilla 7 cost card, because this is the card right here. This character can attack active characters, so that part is at least good. He's setting up for that, but he already had Core to Coliseum down where you get to play it at any time to get that effect. But you may return 7 cards from your trash to the bottom of your deck in any order, and then set this character to active. Then during your next refresh phase, this character not be set to active. So how do I say this? You have to... He's establishing this card that he could just swing in automatically with, but he can't get the extra effect out of it just yet because he only has 4 cards in his trash. But okay, let's see what the Zoro player does. The Zoro player has not played even 1 character yet, and what we are on turn. What does he have? 3. 6, let me count with the mouse. 1, 2, 3. Oh man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're on turn 4. And this guy has not played even a single, not even 1 character. That's interesting. And he's deep in the tank right now, as he should be, because this doesn't look good. Even though he is down to, the Rebecca's down to 3 life and the Zoro is at 5. Just so everyone is aware, there's a reason not to attack the Zoro player playing as Rebecca. This deck with Rebecca is running Luffy. And typically, Monkey King... yeah, he does have a King Kong gun in his trash up here. That's what this card is here. And the deck kind of operates like an OTK-style deck, where you make your Luffy into a 13K that has double attack and can restand. So double attack and then double attack in 1 turn. Right, and that's going to knock off 4 life cards. So the deck operates sort of like an OTK deck. So generally speaking, you don't want to hit their life really all that much at first. You want to, keep establishing board control and not give them any extra cards. Okay, because remember, cards can have, or life cards, right? Life cards can have triggers and whatnot. Okay, so Buggy searches up a guard point. Finally playing a character. Buggy does have slash immunity. And I guess that's kind of relevant, right? Because I think that Tashigi is a slasher, but otherwise not really. Let me make sure. I'm pretty sure all the Buggies have that, correct? Yeah, this character cannot be KO'd when battling slash attribute characters. Okay, and then he swings for that much at the leader. And I don't know why we haven't seen any blocker come down. Because if I'm the Rebecca player, I'm playing a control version of the deck. Maybe this is a more aggro variant. I don't know, but he has a Sabo, and he knows that this Zoro player just. I mean, he swung for how much is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12K. Okay, he swung for 9K and then 10K and then 12K. He said, "I'm just going to swing for oodles." Right? And now look at all the cards. This is why I would have countered out earlier. By the way, I'd have 1 extra life as the Rebecca player. But look at all, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards in his hand still. Well, if he used some of those counters, he'd be filling up his graveyard, his trash as well, which fuels a lot of cards in the deck. Truno Bastardo, Luffy, and even, what do you call it? Okay. All right, he's starting to swing. Hang on 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. But Monkey King Kongo was the other card I was thinking about. You want to fuel those, and you'll be able to... He can't even use his leader's ability right now. Okay, so he's about to swing with Luffy, swinging for 7. Did not attack Buggy, which I think is interesting. I would have... Oh, okay, he takes it out with Kairos. That's fine. That makes sense. Okay, and in Kairos, for those who don't know, I actually will bring that up real quick on the screen because that's a card you need to get familiar with if you're not already. Kairos, if this character would be KO'd, you may rest your leader or Core to Coliseum instead. So he is very sticky once he hits the field. And then on play, if your leader is Rebecca, which it is, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 1 or less, then trash 1 card from the top of your deck. So it feeds your trash can, which turns on cards like Luffy, King Kong Gun, and Trino Bastardo, and so on. But again, okay, he finally established a blocker. That's what I really wanted to see. Did he just play that? Did I miss something? Okay, he plays it, and let's see what he draws. He drew a... I see the 3,000 Worlds, but I can't see... Okay, he's about to trash... I think it's a Kairos. No, okay. Oh, he's rearranging card. It was a Kairos, though, that he drew. He wants to get rid of Leo, and he's thinking about King Kong Gun, it looks like. King Kong Gun and Leo he's getting rid of. Okay, the Zoro player, he took every one of those hits. He didn't mind drawing cards, like I said. They kind of are fine with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cards in hand. So the Zoro player is playing a Whitebeard style, it looks like. He's facing down a full board from the Rebecca control player, but he does have the Rebecca player down to 2 life, which is pretty interesting. Okay, swing for 8. He is going to counter out for 6. Hang on, did I swing for 7? Excuse me, because it's not Whitebeard. Okay, so swing for 7, blocks with Sabo, 2k counters out of that to get to 8. Okay, and so I think this strategy is interesting from the Zoro player. In his mind, well, first of all, he didn't get a very good pull. That's for sure, unless this is just the way the deck operates. He only has a Marco in hand and a Jozu. Everything else is a 2k counter or an event. He played his 1 card in Buggy. So he's decided, like, okay, since I can't play anything, I have to dedicate all this Dawn to either take out a life card or make the Rebecca player use cards from hand. Okay, so playing Orlumbus. Orlumbus can destroy your own character. Okay, and that's what just happened. Let me pause this real quick. Hang on, we got to go back a little bit. So Orlumbus, this card right here, you destroy one of your own characters to give one of your opponent's characters -4 to their cost. Well, remember what we just said about Kairos. If you KO Kairos, instead of him actually being destroyed or trashed, you could just tap this Corda Coliseum stage or the leader, Rebecca, and he will not be destroyed. And when you do that, or when you use Orlumbus' effect, you trash the top 2 cards of your deck. So he uses the effect here, resting the Corda, trashes, what was that, a Tashigi and a Sabo, I think. Okay, that was only 4 Dawn investment, so it looks like he's going to 3,000, yeah, so 3,000 Worlds, that'll get rid of Newgate to the bottom, using the leader's ability now. Has 1 Dawn active, it looks like. Okay, swings for 8 with Luffy. And the Zoro player will actually happily take this, right? He's not upset to take this. Okay, so what the Rebecca player is doing now is he's going to return 7 cards from his trash to the bottom of his library in any order, and he's going to stand his Luffy and not swing, because remember, at the beginning of your untap step, then he doesn't restand, right? If you use this ability, he's not going to swing again. He's going to wait. So let me see real quick. Yeah, that is correct. Your next refresh phase, the character cannot be set to active. So he's just standing him and saying, okay, go ahead. Now you can't attack my guy, which is a really good play. That's a really good play by the Rebecca player. Okay, the Zoro player knows he's in trouble. Like, even though he has all these cards, I think he has probably like, what, 12 or 13 cards in hand. 12 or 13 cards in hand now. Well, okay, little miscalculation there. Okay. So what did he get? He got a Marco 5 cost. He has 2 Marco 5 costs now. I think he's got to get one of these down. He has to put something on the board, right? That's the logic right now. He has no board presence. This is a strange game. Y'all definitely tell me what y'all think about this. I don't know if I've ever seen a game quite like this. and like I said, I like to watch these as they come out, so I will always at least have some type of knowledge. But when I'm watching it live, I like to get up, go get something to eat, grab a drink, whatever. Right? I move around a lot, and I don't always remember every game perfectly vividly. But okay, so he plays a Gordon. He is going to -3k, -5k. And get rid of the Luffy. So, okay, his standing in was pretty much for nothing. But, you know, how do you play around that? You can't expect too much. It costs 3 cards to get rid of him. I think that's kind of seen as a net, you know, a net positive. Okay. And so he swung for, how much was it? He countered out for 1K, swung for 6. Okay, swung for 6, used the Sabo, and countered out with a 1K counter, Orlumbus. Okay, so let's see what's going to happen now. I honestly think the Rebecca player is in a very good position, but it's definitely not over. Okay, -4 to the cost of, I'm assuming, the Marco. We'll have to see. Okay, and he's going to play Leo, which KOs a 1 or less. Okay, just trashes an event to have him survive. And now I think he's going to have to trash a lot of cards from hand, because he's probably going to swing every single card at Marco. Okay, so, yep, so 2K counter there. And I think this is the right call. I think you say, okay, you're going to lose every card from your hand, or you're going to get rid of this character. 2K there. So to defend this Marco, you're gonna have to. So a 7-cost Luffy just got dropped, and swinging in immediately with as if it has rush because of Core to Coliseum. 2K counter. Okay, now we're gonna stand him up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. Okay. You have to show your opponent the cards first, and they say, okay, I see you have 7. Then you can arrange the order, and they don't know what order you put it in. So just counters after counters after counters. And, yeah, that's where he's at now. So he did save the Marco, you know, in all fairness, he did save the Marco. One thing that's interesting to me is, as I don't know how, I don't know, he is in such a bad situation, that probably was the only correct answer there. Okay, so he got to play another Marco and KO'd a, what was it that he KO'd? Was it the Sabo? How did he KO the Sabo, though? Oh, he played a Gordon first. Okay, so played a Gordon, played the Marco, and KO's the Sabo blocker. So I do apologize, guys. I am watching this at 2x speed, so sometimes it is hard to keep up. And, alright, looks like coming in for 6K with the Marco. Counters out. Okay, only has 3 cards left in hand, though. The Rebecca only has 3 cards left in hand. And this is where I feel like earlier in the game, it would have been so important to reserve life. Just dump cards from hand, and then draw 2 cards every turn with your Rebecca's ability. You know, like draw 1 card for the turn, and an additional card from Rebecca's ability. Swings for 7. Okay, yeah, this is looking pretty ugly. And remember, the Luffy did use his ability last turn, where he will not be able to stand during the refresh phase. He'll have to stand him by using the ability if he chooses to do that. Okay, so Whitebeard Searchers grabbed, or no, but Buggy grabbed Whitebeard Searchers. Or, excuse me, was that a Diable Jambe? Hang on a second. No, I think it is a Whitebeard. Yeah. Okay, but he has a Diable Jambe in hand, it looks like. Unless I'm not seeing that art correctly. It looks like the Zora player has a Diable Jambe in hand. Okay, so pay 1. Yep, all right. That was obvious. So the choice was 3,000 Worlds or Monkey King Kong gun. You can't grab 3,000 Worlds because it's not Dressrosa type. So it's forced into the King Kong gun. But guess what? In this situation, you are probably going to want that anyway. Okay. Here we go. Sees a Sabo. It looks like a Luffy and a Bart. I think that's his name, Bartholomew or something like that. I think the searcher, Bardo's his name. Make sure. Bartolomeo, that's it. Which is a 2K counter. It's a 3-cost 3,000 power blocker. That is also a 2K counter. Just an incredible card. And then, so for me here, I think I grabbed I think you just grabbed the 2K counter. It's hard to say. Because you do also want to go for lethal here. So he took the Sabo. All right, how many cards he got in the trash? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's close. I don't know if he has exactly... Let me pause it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So he needs to play 1 more card. And then his next card can be Monkey King Kong Gun. And it would act as the 15th card as trash for the activation. 1 Dawn is active. There is 1 Dawn active. Okay, he's just standing the Luffy now. Did he use the King Kong gun? No. Okay, so the Rebecca player's opting for board control here. Takes out the buggy. And I guess maybe he's deciding in his mind that he can absolutely clinch this, you know, till next turn, that is, right? Or at least that's what it seems like to me. It looks like the judge is saying something to them. The judge is saying something. Oh, there's no time left on the clock. That's how long this match has been going on. So now it's on, I think, what did he say? There's be like 3 or 4, each player gets 2 turns or something. Alright, the Zoro player's starting to make funny faces. He's definitely deep in the tank right now, in the tank. He doesn't know what to do. So he takes the damage from the Luffy. And then we're coming in for 5 more with Kairos. So this was at face. Okay. Wait, how did the buggy die then? Did I miss something? Hang on. I'll fly through, don't worry. Okay. So there's the 7 cards he returned. Stands it. At the buggy. Oh, swung with Orlumbus. Okay, so he decides to take it. And now he's swinging with Kairos. Alright. Yeah, I think I would be countering out here, but... Oh, but he doesn't have any counter, does he? Other than Radical Beam? Oh, is that that might be the 4-cost blocker Marco. No, it's the 5-cost Marco. Okay, so he uses the 5-cost Marco to counter out. And plays a Sabo and a Bartolomeo. So 2 blockers are down, and they cannot be KO'd. That because of Sabo's effect. That's another card we need to get familiar with real quick while they're doing this. Okay, Sabo is a very, very big card. Oh, hang on, we got to pause this. It's getting down to the wire here. This is Sabo, 5-cost, 6,000 power blocker, 1k counter. On play, your characters cannot be KO'd by card effects until the start of your next turn. Draw 2 cards, trash 2 cards. Just insanely powerful ability. Insanely powerful. And just basically a staple moving forward for Black, I think. Starting at OP04, that is. And it looks like... So at this point in the game, they've been told, like, okay, guys, you have to win next turn or the game is over. I think that's basically what happened. Is the judge said, okay, you're on the active turn, so your opponent will get a chance, and then you will get a chance. Y'all have to win in that time, or maybe it's a draw or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, the Zoro player is trying to decide how he's going to win this, because he only has the 1 card he only has the 1 Diable Jambe, and I'm pretty sure that's what that is, right? Let me look that up while we're waiting on this guy to make the decision. Diable Jambe. Yeah, I'm like 99% sure that's what that card is, and this is it. While we're waiting, that's the music. Right here, choose one of your leader or choose one of your leader or characters with a Straw Hat Crew trait. During this turn, your opponent cannot activate blocker when the leader or character attacks and trigger a KO. But who are they? It would be on the leader, right? You'd have to use it on Zoro because you can't use it on these guys. Yeah. Wait. So the first attack went. He used Bartolomeo. Okay, so first attack went in. Sorry, guys, I just went back. He used up Bartolomeo. Second attack's coming in now. This is for that was for 6k. This one's for 7k. Okay. And he has... I wish they'd show the hand of the... I want to see the Rebecca player's hand. He has a Leo, a Monkey King Kong gun... Or a King Kong gun, whatever it's called. Okay. Does a search. Does a buggy search for Whitebeard pirates. I wonder what he was actually... I wonder if that's what he was looking for, or if he was looking for something else. So he's going to use it. Look at the top 5. Fire Fist won't do anything. Because remember, Sabo's effect is still in play. Well, and there's no leaders left. So what did he grab? I'm sorry, what did he grab? He grabbed the blocker Marco. Okay. Coming in for 6K with the leader. Coming in for 7K. He's thinking 7K. Okay, I feel like that probably... So 7K, 6K. He used 2 2Ks out of hand. The Sabo and... 2 1Ks, excuse me. He used the Sabo and... Let's see it real quick. Sabo and Orlumbus. Alright. Whoa, what just happened? He did another search. Another Whitebeard Pirate search. Plays blocker Marco, says go. Luffy cannot untap unless you pay for it. And okay, this is coming down to the wire here. Okay, so he skipped a step there. So they're trying to rush. Orlumbus was used on Kairos to -4 the cost of this Marco. But when you use Orlumbus' effect, you have to trash 2 cards from the top. For Kairos to survive, he tapped down Core to Coliseum. Plays the Leo, which KOs a 1 or less. And remember, this dropped him down to a 4. This is going to drop down the blocker. Okay. You might as well just let it go. It's not coming back in time. Yep, okay. And you don't want to trash your Marco. Because, you know, that's a 1K counter that he might actually need right here. Okay, you have a King Kong gun. He's going to use King Kong, the King Kong gun to do lethal. So 7K. Alright, so swing for 7 with Orlumbus. And he had to, one thing I should have said, is he had to tap down the Rebecca with Leo's ability. Okay, there's the last point of life. He's going to stand up Luffy. He's going to pay 3 plus 6,000, coming in for 13. Good game. The Rebecca player won. Wow, that was an intense game, guys. I have to say, I cannot wait to play Rebecca. For the people who watch this channel, I know you've heard me, you know, talk about it ad nauseum at this point, right? Just, okay, can you talk about anything else? But it's just, I love control style decks, and this one is just right up my alley. I really can't wait. So, like I said, the Zoro player did not get a great pull, but at the same time, maybe this deck was geared more around the events. Like, I mean, clearly it had to have been geared around a lot of events and just 2K counters, and then maybe it just wins with Edward Newgates and Marcos, right? So I guess that's not too out of the ordinary. And I thought I really liked the... Let me go back to the beginning of this game. All the way back to... Oh, okay, I got it. Yeah, right here. I like how the Zoro player just said, okay, I don't have a play from hand. You know, I'm going towards the late game because you're a Rebecca player, so I need to play for the late game anyway. I'm not going to be able to rush you down. I'm just going to make sure every one of my attacks actually goes through. But like I said, in that specific situation, I do not think I would have allowed that to go through. Because he had Tashigi, Orlumbus, Leo. I think it was a Kairos and like a Luffy and a Sabo. And I personally would not have let it go through. Because I would have used... So that was for 9K. So I'd have used 3 cards out of hand. Gone down to 1, 2, 3. So that would put me at 4 cards, draw up to 5, use Rebecca's ability to go up to 6, because I'm clearly not in a rush. There's not even a single character on the board. But again, that's just the way I would have dealt with it. And seeing him turn sideways with his leader with 9 like that, I would have tried to play a blocker as soon as possible, like next turn Sabo or something. You know, because let's see what he untaps with. So he has 3... Yeah, so he goes 4, 5. Yeah, instead of playing the Core to Coliseum this turn, I personally would have probably just gone Sabo. But hey, he won the game either way, and I'm not trying to be too overly critical. I'm just kind of giving you guys, like, you know, these videos are meant to be analytical and to see what players are doing. I personally would have just played Sabo there after doing the previous play I just said. Because you want to use your leader's ability every single turn you can. It's drawing you an extra card, it's filling your trash, and it's allowing you to use your leader's ability. That's a free ability. You know what I mean? It only costs 1 Dawn, by the way. It only costs 1 Dawn. So, again, that's just me. But hey, he still won. He got the job done, and ultimately that's all that matters. All right, guys, y'all tell me what y'all thought about the game. Did I miss something? Were there any play mistakes that were obvious that I missed? Y'all tell me what y'all think. Overall, I thought it was an awesome game, a very fun game to watch. I love watching Rebecca games, and I can't wait to play her myself. So, all right, guys. Till next time, hope y'all enjoyed. Please leave a like and a subscribe if you don't mind. It really helps me out. And yeah, until next time, guys. Peace.